So this is one of those nightmares that is so vivid, so real, so weird that it just wrecks you for the rest of the day. You just can't stop thinking about it. And the weird part was, this was really recent. This was only a few weeks ago. And still right now, when I relive it and think about it, it just gives me the goosebumps, and I still don't know what to think about it. So the nightmare starts and I'm in my parents' kitchen. I'm literally in the middle of a conversation with my dad. Like, he's mid-sentence. You know how dreams go, like that's just a normal thing. I don't question it. And a little bit of context, I grew up in a pretty religious family. So there's a lot of conversations with me and my parents about God and relationships with him and the end of the world and things like that. So I'm placed in my parents' kitchen. My dad's talking to me and he's just rambling on, and I'm kind of like zoning out. And then he looks at me and he says, "Son, do you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior?" And I remember I was so caught off guard. It was just such a weird question to ask me. I remember looking at him and trying to kind of talk my way through it with him. I was really invested in this question for some reason. But I basically said, I believe in God 100%. But I often hear about that through other people and through other people's lives, and see, miracles through their lives and hear about it through their perspective. So I'd love proof for myself through my own lens. And I remember he cut me off in the middle of me talking, and he just stared like deeply into me. And he said, "What if I could prove it to you right now?" And as soon as he said now, I remember I started vibrating rapidly. Like, it was the weirdest thing. Everything in my body is shaking. There's a beam of light surrounding my dad that just grows larger and larger and larger. And there was a ringing coming from somewhere, like deafening, high-pitched ringing noise. It's to the point where I'm like covering my ears, covering my eyes because I can't see this light. And when it gets so overwhelming that I can't think anymore and I don't know what to do, I wake up in real life. Now, I deal with this thing called sleep paralysis, where my body gets paralyzed at times when I'm sleeping, and that happened. So I wake up in real life, my wife is laying next to me in my bed, and I'm completely paralyzed. I still fully remember the dream that I just had, and I'm trying to process it, but at the same time, I'm freaked out because I can't move. And as I'm looking around my room, I see this figure in the corner of my room, and immediately, for some reason, I just think that's a demon that's coming to get me. So I have no choice in that moment but to close my eyes and try to go back to sleep. I can't move. That's the only thing I can do. So I shut my eyes as tight as possible and somehow manage to fall back asleep almost instantly. And I immediately wake back up in the dream again. I'm in the same exact spot talking to my dad, except this time I am paralyzed in my dream. So I'm sitting at our kitchen island. I have like my arm out, but I can't move. And I remember I'm trying to force words out. I'm trying to say anything, but it's not happening. And my dad just puts his hand on my shoulder and he says, "You better watch out for those demons." And as soon as he says that, I open my eyes and I wake back up in real life once again. Same figures there. And this pattern continues for the rest of the night. I just keep going back and forth. I'm completely paralyzed in both realities until I finally wake up in the morning, gasping for air. I can finally move. And I started to process what the hell just happened. But honestly, I still don't know what to make of it.